Some retailers have said to me, Patrick, my website just didn't work. I had it designed and then no sales. Why they thought sales were just going to come rolling in is beyond me. Sometimes the web companies forget to mention the fact that the real work begins once your website goes live. Stick around for a few minutes and I'll give you some tips on how you can get off on the right foot once you receive your shiny new website from your brilliant website company that you and them have worked so hard on once it goes live. So stay tuned. Now, if your website is well designed and friendly for the search engines and has followed all the best practice that modern web design dictates, then you should start to get sales pretty easily. But you have to have a plan in place to get it out there, to let people know all about it, that it exists. You need to have a plan. What you do in order to promote your website will kind of change a bit depending on the new technologies that go appearing and wherever the crowds go. But in general, there are some basics that you have to get right. For me, you need to have certain elements in the mix. Number one, you need to have at least some basic Google AdWords, PPC, Google Shopping ads, whatever you want to call it. This is a fast way to get some traffic to your website, especially when it's just launched. However, if you've got a tight budget, you need to be very careful about what AdWords you use, what Google Shopping campaigns you go for. Listen, we could spend hours talking about Google AdWords and PPC campaigns and Google Shopping campaigns. There's just so much to take into consideration. I think I'll actually do a video just on that subject. But in the meantime, if you're just starting off, if you have a limited budget, you want to try and clinch the buyer when they are ready to buy, if they're on searching for product specifics. So I would go for Google Shopping campaigns to begin, and then at least you're targeting the people that are ready to buy and you can get some quick sales. That's my recommendation. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section below. But for me, that is what has worked in my experience. Secondly, yes, we have to have an SEO strategy in place. We have to use the best practices and no dodgy business. Google want to see a proper SEO campaign. If your website is properly designed too, there'll be certain areas for you to list the metadata and the meta tags and all that type of thing, so that at least you get off to a good start that way and Google can start indexing your website properly. Google is much smarter than you are, so be careful what agencies you use. Go for solid SEO companies that can really help you and will give you concrete reports of what exactly they've done. There is an element of you got to trust the company, but you don't want to be just throwing money into the wind. Thirdly, let's be social. Social media is so important in today's marketing mix. So we're talking Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat, all the latest ones that you want that will allow you to at least link back to your website and will allow you to talk about your products that you're selling and target audiences that might be willing to buy your things as time goes on. There's no point in doing it just in the week that you launch your website. You've got to have a strategy long term, especially for this to work and for people to see your products more than once. Once you get your stock images, once you order your stock and you get your images, you can begin to prepare your campaigns. You don't have to leave it to the last minute. And there are some good tools out there which will allow you to automate this process somewhat so that your head isn't done in with the fact that you're always having to do social media. Anyway, there are some great companies out there that can help you implement everything that you need. If your budget allows you, I would suggest you go for that too and look into proper companies that can do it well. Email marketing is also important when you're talking about building your traffic, getting the links out to people, getting your products out to people. Start building that database. Have some sort of lead capture formats within your website so that you can do this well. Online PR, articles, blog posts, videos. If you can do all of this, go for it. It has to be part of your traffic plan. And also, don't forget offline PR. What about ads in newspapers? Especially if you have a bricks and mortar store or some sort of physical presence, you're going to have your business cards. You're going to have your leaflets, your flyers. You're going to have your ads in newspapers. Make sure you're always including your website on some sort of discount code or some sort of initial offer to get people to go on and look at your site. optimized for mobile, always the best at present. Your plan for driving traffic to your new website or for the website that you have can't just be a one-off. If you can't be bothered doing it, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else. And if you can't be bothered getting somebody else, then just stick with Amazon and eBay. Why? Listen, there is a reason why eBay and Amazon charge the fees that they do. Basically, they say, well, hold on a minute. We charge you between 10 and 20% of your turnover because we do all the work for you. We do the Google shopping campaigns. We do the AdWords. We do the SEO. We do the social to bring traffic to our platform so that they will buy your goods. And there's a lot to be said for that. So they're doing the work for you. That's why they're charging you 10 to 20%. So in an ideal world, you should be thinking, especially at the beginning, that you're going to have to invest at least 10 to 20% of your overall turnover in sales in order to drive traffic to your website so that you can start to get some sales. And then long term, you'll be playing football on your own football pitch and not on other football pitches, if that's what the overall objective is. I hope these few tips have helped. Remember, it's not the idea in itself, it's the execution of the idea that makes the difference. Check out some of my other website tips by clicking the link above if you're on a PC or the link below in the description if you're on a mobile. And I hope you like this one. And if you do like it, please do give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on this issue. This has been Patrick from Selling Online Today. Bye-bye.